When I was a child, I used to spend a lot of time with my grandfather. Free babysitting and quality time, I suppose, but I was too young to realize I was being pawned off so my parents could have free time of their own. Looking back, I can't really blame them since I often had a bunch of energy and tons of questions to ask. But during these frequent visits, my grandfather used to tell me stories all the time, stoking my love for the concept, I suppose. But I find myself remembering a certain story in particular as of late that I guess stuck with me. I think it's because one of the last stories he told me before he passed away. He sat me down on one of my more energetic days, probably as an attempt to get me to relax, as most likely he too needed a break from all the quality time we were spending together. Unlike the other stories he told me, this one took some time for him to think about it. I assume because he was making it up on the spot. He told me that long ago, the ancient native tribes believed to have stumbled upon an ancient being. Some sort of eldritch-style creature, I suppose, that had existed long before man walked the earth. It told them that reality as we knew it was a falsehood created by our minds in order to protect us from the frightening reality. That our naive minds were our greatest asset to a horror that has always walked among us. The creature was a beast that had no shape so long as we didn't give it one. This legend eventually evolved into the legend of the Skinwalker, a being that to this day is believed to have had a similar description. While in the story of the Skinwalker the shape became more tangible, it also spoke of gaining power so long as you talked about it. The fear of the Skinwalker keeping the truth at bay. For the one rule to keep this unknown creature from coming after you was to simply not think about it. Even as a child, I wondered how you could just not think of something. Have you ever tried to turn your brain off? It's impossible. You always have to think of something. Maybe that's why meditation never worked for me. Overall, I think it was just a scary story told by an old man who wanted to get a kid to quiet his brain and stop overthinking. Ironically, now as an adult and a chronic overthinking, here I am remembering this story, which has me questioning the logistics of the whole thing. Remembering the story and having trouble sleeping was a perfect combination for a patented late-night Google search. I spent hours upon hours burning the midnight oil, looking to see if the story had a record of origin. It seems the idea I believed belonged to my grandfather wasn't truly original, since over the years many creatures have been described with the same warning of not thinking about them. Clearly, people don't know how to beware of a warning, I thought, as I chuckled to myself and turned off my computer for the night. Content with my chosen activity, instead of the much-needed sleep, I was on my way to prepare for bed. I stood up from the computer before I begrudgingly remembered that I need to bring the trash cans to the curb. If I miss it now, I'm just going to be annoyed all week, and I'm going to be bringing fruit flies around my house as I'll have no way to empty my kitchen trash. I decided that, staying up late was already a bad decision and I shouldn't make two of them. While walking up the trash can to the curb, I remember thinking about how quiet everything seemed to be. That's why I've always enjoyed late nights. The loudness of the world was on pause and I could just unwind and think. It was peaceful. Powerful sounds filled my ears as I was startled and looked around for the source. It sounded like a heartbeat played through a microphone. It was sudden and in turn caused my own heart to begin to race. After a moment or so of looking around, I saw nothing. I heard nothing. It was silent again. Silence was now more unnerving than relaxing, as I felt my hairs begin to stand along my arms. I quickly headed back inside, locking the door behind me as I felt this eerie feeling like something or someone was walking behind me, but I was too afraid to turn around. It was like if I turned around, what I suspected would be confirmed. Though, now I was just finding my heart racing more as I feared what could be, instead of putting my mind at ease and just turning around to see nothing. I reached for the light switch to turn the downstairs lights off, but as I reached for it, I could feel my heart beating within my own throat. A sense of dread and worry continued to paralyze me as I again feared something that wasn't there. No sounds, no figures, just my own overthinking mind. What if I turned off this light, only to reveal a figure standing with me in the darkness? At least for now, with the light on, looking around, I knew nothing was there. My finger resting on the top of the switch, still unable to push it down, as I looked to parts of my home that were still shrouded in darkness. Like a deer caught in headlights, I was unable to stop imagining a horrific creature leaping out of it and bolting towards me. I tried to push the thought out of my head, but I couldn't. I quickly turned off the light and bolted up the stairs like I did as a child, feeling as though there was a creature running behind me, but hearing no sound. Only terrified by the thought in my mind as I finally made it to my room, slamming the door shut before letting out a slight, self-judging giggle as I let out labored breaths and trying to calm myself down. My mind was just trying to scare me again. Thinking about my grandfather's story was just getting to me, and a lack of sleep combined with the stress just resulted in me freaking out over nothing. I've lived in this house for years and nothing has happened. Why would a monster all of a sudden show up now? I just told myself to stop thinking about it and got ready for bed as I walked to the closet and changed my clothes. Before I walked out, I felt that sensation returning. The feeling that I was being stalked again. My mind running wild of what the creature behind me could look like. Without turning around, my hand reached for the closet light. Chills began to run down my spine as I slowly turned my head. Inch by inch, I eventually stopped and closed my eyes for a moment. I tried to control my breathing, to just relax. There was nothing there. Just relax. Open your eyes and look so you stop acting terrified and you'll learn nothing is there. But what if there was? What if the only thing stopping me from horror was this hesitation? What would it look like? How close was it? What if it was near me? I could have sworn I felt the warmth of something wash over my body before a surge of chills followed suit. That noise returned along with the harsh, rapid pounding of my heart, feeling as though it was trying to flee while I remained frozen. I closed my eyes tighter, telling myself over and over to stop thinking and just look. There was nothing there. Why would it wait? Think about it and just look. Every fiber of my being wanted to keep the eyes shut, but I opened them. There I was, looking into an empty, although messy closet, as I smiled again and my body slowly riding off the high of the fear. With the flick of the switch, I went to bed, closing my eyes and sliding into the nice soft sheets of my bed, ready to finally head to bed as my eyes were sore from the lack of sleep. With a yawn, I thought about the last hour or so, chuckling to myself at how such a simple story could have affected me so much as an adult. Maybe there was a deeper meaning to the story that I didn't understand. I mean, my grandfather told me the story and lived to tell me it again. It's not like he somehow managed to forget about it till the day he told me. It was just something he made up on the spot to scare me. I'd have to give credit to the old man. He did a good job years later, and I'm terrified like a little boy. I began to drift off to sleep, feeling my mind wander and overthinking, beginning to drift away with another yawn before I shifted over to my side. The blanket must have been tangled or caught, because as I turned to my side, it seemed to fight against me and was pulling for a brief moment. My brain shot fully awake as my heart began to pound more. It had to have caught on the bed. It's not like I have a pet or anything. My brain needs to turn off. I have to work in the morning. Seriously, stop scaring myself. What if I'm not imagining it? What if it's crawling on my bed right now? Just open your eyes and look. It's not there. Wait, no, don't. Just stop thinking about it. It was no use. I could see in my mind a horrific creature inching closer and closer to my face. It was just waiting for me to look, to see it. What do I do? Just don't think about it. Go to bed. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. I can't stop thinking about it. Just look and I'll know. No. I couldn't stop telling myself to stop thinking about it. Whatever I do, I need to stop thinking about it. What if I just open my eyes? Just one look. Just to confirm it's not there. Like I said, it's not there. I'll stop thinking about it, I swear, as soon as I open my eyes. I just need to look. I just need to know. I just need to just need to know.